Myself Kushbu. I am giving. I did my MSc from IIT Delhi and PhD from IIT Bombay. So I am giving my lectures today on for class 12 chemistry and NEET. Topic is haloalkanes and haloarenes. Haloalkanes and haloarenes. Haloarenes. So as the name suggests, this haloalkanes is made up of two words, that is halo and alkanes. Similarly, this haloarenes is made up of two words, that is halo and arenes. Halo comes from the group halogen, which are group 17 elements. Group 17 elements. That includes fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. And alkanes includes alkyl group, such as methyl, ethyl, propyl, etc. So similarly here it is group 17, fluorine, chlorine, bromine or iodine. Iodine groups and arenes. Arene here refers to the aromatic compounds, which includes benzene and benzene derivative compounds, benzene or benzene derived. Like this, benzene or some derivative of benzene. Okay, so how does this name haloarenes, we call it, suppose we have this how does it form? Suppose we have CH3, it is ethane. So when we make it to CH3, CH2Br, so what has happened from here? From here, this hydrogen has been replaced with bromine, or we can take any halogen compounds. So replacement of this hydrogen by a halogen gives this haloarene compound. Similarly, when we make haloarenes, we have this benzene ring. In benzene ring, we have this hydrogen here, and when we convert into haloarene compounds, then here also we are replacing one of the hydrogen with a halogen atom. So how will we name this compound? This we call as haloarenes, haloalkenes. So halo here it is bromine, so we will write it as bromo, and alkane here it is ethane, so then it will become bromoethane. For this another name is alkyl halide. Alkyl halide, how will you name alkyl halide? For this alkyl we will call this as first ethyl, and for halide, here halogen is bromine, then in terms of halide it will become bromide, ethyl bromide. So when we are naming like this, bromoethane, this is IUPAC nomenclature, and when we are naming like this, this is common name. When we are writing like this, we call it as haloarenes. So here, if we have chlorine here, suppose we are writing it here, we are taking here chlorine, then we will call it as chloro, and arene here it is benzene, so then it is chlorobenzene. And for common name also we will use the same nomenclature in case of benzene here. So coming to the next, now how do we classify these compounds? Classification. These are classified on the basis of number of halogen atoms, and carbon bonded to, and on the basis of compound containing carbon sp3 halogen bond, and third classification is on the basis of compound containing carbon sp2 halogen bond. So on the basis of number of halogen compounds, they are classified as mono, di, tri or poly halogen compounds. So when it is mono means it has one halogen groups. When then it has two halogen groups like CH3 Br, then it is a mono. When it has two halogens, then it is di, and similarly when it has three halogen, then it will be tri, and when more than three, then it is poly. So on the basis of the compounds containing sp3 carbon sp3 halogen bonds, they are further classified into three groups, which I will discuss next page. So on the basis of carbon sp3 halogen bonds, they are classified as alkyl halide, and allylic halides, and benzylic halides. So alkyl halide, in case of alkyl halide, it can be primary, secondary or tertiary. Alkyl halide means simply Rx. We can write it as RCH2X also. So how do we classify primary, secondary and tertiary? When we have, suppose when we have CH3, CH2, chlorine. Here this chlorine atom is directly attached to this carbon, and this carbon is directly attached to only one carbon and two hydrogen. One carbon and two hydrogen. Then it is primary carbon. And when we have CH3, CH, CH3, Cl. Now we will see this chlorine, this functional group is attached to this carbon, and this carbon, here this carbon is directly attached to one carbon here, one carbon here. So one carbon, so total in total it is attached to two carbon and one hydrogen. Then it is called as secondary carbon. And when it is this case, suppose it has this, or we can take it as chlorine also, or bromine, anything. So this chlorine now is attached to this carbon, and this carbon is attached to only three carbon and no hydrogen. Then in that case this carbon is tertiary carbon. So on the basis of this carbon into which functional group is directly attached, it is directly attached to one carbon, then it is primary carbon. If it is attached to the two carbon and only one hydrogen, then it is secondary carbon. If it is attached to three carbon, then it is tertiary carbon. So it is primary alkyl halide, this is secondary alkyl halide, and this is tertiary alkyl halide. And in case of allylic alkyl halide, allylic, the word allylic means next to carbon, next to carbon carbon double bond of aliphatic chain, of aliphatic compounds. That means when we have CH2 double bond CH2 double bond CH, and then we have CH2, and then we have any functional group, either chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, anything. So this functional group is this halogen group is attached to this carbon, and this carbon is next to the carbon carbon double bond of aliphatic chain, not aromatic, aliphatic chain, then it is known as allylic. Now this allylic also can be primary, secondary or tertiary. Now again we will see this carbon is directly attached to only one carbon, then it is primary. And when we have CH2 double bond CH, and this carbon now this carbon is now attached to this halogen. If this halogen is attached to this carbon, and this carbon is attached to two carbons, suppose here, 2 carbons, and it is then now we will see this carbon. This carbon is attached to 2 carbons, 1 and 2, and it is also next to the carbon-carbon double bond carbon. Then it is secondary allylic, and when it is CH2 double bond CH and CH3, CH3, and this is halogen. So in this case, this carbon is now again attached to 3 carbon, and then this is tertiary allylic carbon. So now next is, this is like allylic compounds, and next classification was benzylic. So it is same as allylic. In case of benzylic, only difference is this carbon-carbon double bond is of the aromatic ring. Aromatic ring. So when we have this benzene ring, and now this is that CH2, and to which halogen is attached. So this halogen is attached to this carbon, and this carbon is attached to this carbon-carbon double bond. This is carbon and this is again carbon. This is carbon-carbon double bond of this aromatic ring. Then this is known as benzylic. So again here it is primary benzylic, because this carbon is directly attached to only one carbon. So again when it is attached to 2 carbon, one of, suppose it is of double bond, and another one it attached here CH3, and it is H. So one hydrogen and 2 carbon. So then it is secondary benzylic. In case of tertiary benzylic, it will be again CH3, and this will be halogen. So again here this will be it is directly attached to 1, 2, 3 carbon, also the carbon-carbon double bond, then it is known as tertiary benzylic. Why benzylic? Because it is carbon-carbon double bond of aromatic ring. So this completes second classification. Third classification was on the basis of carbon sp2 halogen bonds. So in this comes vinyl halides and aryl halides. In case of vinyl halides, this carbon-carbon double bond is there. Again it is of aliphatic ring, and here aryl halide, it is again the carbon-carbon double bond but of aromatic ring. The difference here in comparison to allylic and vinylic difference is that in case of vinyl, this carbon-carbon double bond is directly attached to halogen, and in this case it was on the carbon next to the carbon-carbon double bond. So we had one carbon extra here. So in case of vinyl halides, we have the halogen attached to the like this CH2 double bond CH chlorine, directly attached to the sp2 carbon. Here this carbon is sp2, and in case of aryl halides, we have benzene ring. This carbon-carbon double bond should be of aromatic ring. Either can be benzene or it can be any derivative of benzene also. So this carbon-carbon double bond, then it is attached to any halogen compounds. So now this carbon is sp2. Achha, what is sp2, sp3 and sp? When carbon is singly bonded, is making single bond all, then it is known as sp3. When carbon has one double bond, then it is sp2, and when carbon is attached to the triple bond to another carbon, then it is sp3 carbon. Here it is carbon is attached to through carbon-carbon double bond, it is sp2, and in this case it was sp3 carbon here. Okay, that is why this classification is on the basis of carbon sp2 and halogen compounds. So before going further, we should know the nature of this carbon halogen bond. Nature of carbon halogen bonds. So carbon in carbon halogen bonds, we have this carbon is attached to this halogen atom. As we know, these halogen atoms are group 17 elements, and these group 17 elements are most electronegative elements in the periodic table. So these are highly electronegative elements. Electronegative elements. So as you may recall, what is electronegative elements? Electronegative elements are the elements which have tendency to attract the bonded pair of electron towards itself in the bonded state. Suppose we have A and B, if it is more electronegative, then it will attract towards itself. So it can be halogen here. So similarly, in case of carbon and halogen bonds, this halogen group is more electronegative in comparison to this carbon. So the bonds, the bonding electrons between carbon and halogens, which should be at the center, are not at the center because this halogen is pulling this electron towards itself. That is why this electrons comes near to this halogen and the polarity of the bonds becomes like this. It will become like this, and this bonds becomes polar, and due to this halogen attains delta negative charge and carbon attains delta positive charge on itself. So that is why these bonds become polar. Now if we compare the bond strength, suppose we are going down the group, suppose we have carbon fluorine, carbon bromine, carbon chlorine, carbon iodine bond. So if we compare the bond strength, what will be the order? So fluorine, as we know, as we go down the group, so as we go down the group in a periodic table, atomic number increases, number of shells increases, which increases the size. So size of atom increases. So fluorine suppose is of this size, bromine bigger, chlorine is more bigger, and iodine is much bigger than this. So but the carbon remains constant in its size. So as we go down the group, so in case of carbon fluorine, suppose the bond length is this much. In case of carbon bromine, this bond length will increase further. In case of carbon chlorine, it will increase further, and in case of iodine, it will increase drastically. So as we go down the group, this bond length increases between this carbon and halogen compound. So what happens when we are increasing this bond length? This bond strength decreases, because as the bonds becomes longer, the bond becomes weaker. So bond length increases, bond strength decreases. So it becomes easier to break carbon iodine bond in comparison to carbon fluorine bond. So bond strength order will be So carbon fluorine bonds will be more stronger than carbon bromine bond, which is more stronger than carbon iodine and carbon chlorine, and then carbon iodine. Okay. So next we will come on the preparation method of these compounds. Okay. Thank you.